A lot of you guys out there that are looking to improve your traditional grip, if you're just getting into learning the traditional grip, there's some issues that you're going to run into. Guaranteed along the way. While I was learning, during my learning process, there were some things that started to annoy me, things that I started looking for answers for. I went on YouTube, tried to look up some videos, whatever, and I couldn't really find anything that specifically addressed the problems that I was having. So I sort of promised myself that once I figured it out, I'm going to make some videos, show people how to get around these problems, because every single one of y'all, I can guarantee it, while you're learning this grip, you're going to run into it, especially when you get on the kit. So this is the first of 3 videos that I'm going to do. 3 very specific things about the traditional grip that you need to know. That once you learn them, it should accelerate the process and hopefully help you along with this grip. So the first one that we're going to talk about in this video is developing a strong backbeat. One of the main issues that I ran into that I was really looking to get around was I was constantly missing backbeats when I was playing my snare. It started to get really annoying, and sometimes it even hurt. Hitting the rim all the time, you know, missing that crack that you want to hit. Because my whole thing is, I've developed a fairly good match grip over the years. So I said, okay, if I'm going to learn this grip, I got to make sure that there's no difference in dynamic or no difference in volume whether I'm using the match grip or whether I'm using the traditional grip. So one of the things that I wanted to work on was to make sure that my rim shot was just as strong as it was when I used my my match grip. And I was constantly hitting the rim, and it was hurting my hands, and it was really started to get annoying. So anyways, a few months later, after I figured it out, I decided, okay, this is pretty important. I don't know how many people know this, so I'm going to let people know what's going on. So here it is. Basically, the secret to developing a strong backbeat is in the thumb. There's a joint right in the middle of your thumb there. If you want to just take 2 fingers on your other hand and just kind of feel around, that joint right there in the middle of your thumb, this is called an interphalangeal joint. And I know that because I Googled the crap out of it. So basically, like if you feel around there, you note that right underneath this bone, right underneath this joint, it kind of curves in just a little bit. You can pinch it right underneath. There's a little bit of fleshy part right underneath that bone there. When you're holding a stick, the butt end of that stick right here is going to sit right up underneath that joint. Okay, we'll call it the IP joint for now. So this interphalangeal joint, or the IP joint, if you sort of hold the stick so that the end of that stick, wherever you want to hold it, if you want to do it way back here like Carlock, if you want to hold it up here, you know, more like Weckel or anybody else, just make sure that that stick is sitting right up underneath that joint. So you should be able to, just with that joint alone, you should be able to feel it, and you should be able to just pull down on the stick, just like that. This joint in the middle of your thumb is what's going to help to propel that stick down onto the head. All right? So regardless of whatever style you want to adapt, whether, you know, some guys have their thumb sort of sticking straight up and then others have it more flat like this. Either way, make sure that that joint or that stick is sitting right up underneath that joint. So when you're doing that, that's basically where your power is going to come from. And doing that, that's really what allows you to open your hand right up while you're playing that snare. A lot of guys will instruct you, like when you're playing your backbeat, to just that kind of thing. Just open your hand right up. while you're doing that. It's that joint that's almost kind of pushing down or pulling down, depending on how you want to look at it. But that's what's happening when you do that. So the secret, again, is that joint right there, right in the middle of your thumb. And then you'll be able to get all the power that you want just by utilizing that. And that also will allow you to loosen up your grip a little bit. Because if you're holding the stick too tight while you're using this traditional grip, it's not going to be good for your hands. You might start to develop cramps, or you might feel some tightness or some spasms or whatever. If you do this, you will notice a change instantly in your backbeat. And then from that point on, all you really have to do is work on your accuracy.